Hello, happy Saturday, hello everyone. Yes, Chocolo here, back for a mystery review. It's been a long time. We've had lots of store-specific reviews, I think you'd say, in the past few weeks. I don't remember when we last had a mystery review. It probably was around Easter, actually. Yeah, so here we are back again with the mystery reviews. Andrew Winton, obviously, yeah, sorted this one out. Yeah, it was. Yeah, hi Andrew, how you doing? Yes, speaking of the devil, yes. I know. I thought, but to be honest with you, I forgot to do the video last night, so I don't know where. Sorry, the video, the schedule the live yesterday. So I don't know if Aldi was still winning us. I just assumed Aldi had won it basically. So I got up this morning and checked the thing to see. And then the mystery reviewed won, so I had to quickly get things together and stuff like that. I was just expecting Aldi to win it. So yeah. Yeah, so great stuff. Yeah, so good to see you, Andrew, but I hope you're doing all right. And hi, Shyam, good to see you. Glad you could make it this time. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, so yes, well, I mean, it's part 6 basically. Now, if those of you, the eagle-eyed among you, might have seen that the last one that was officially named part something was part 3, but the reason for that is because we had 2 Easter specials, I think, after that. So rather than call it part 4, I've just gone straight to part 6 basically. So that's the gist of it. So yeah, you might be wondering what that's about, but that's the reason for it. Yeah, so there we go. So quite interesting, this one, because it's been a while. So we've kind of been very much I don't know, doing own brand products. So it's kind of followed a very set, well, I wouldn't say a set, but it's been a similar sort of set of shenanigans for each one, hasn't it? You know, we've done the sort of typical Mars bar type ones, then we did the sort of, you know, own brand chocolate and stuff like that. So we've kind of gone across a similar path for each of those in their own way, but you know, so it's nice to get back to something a bit different, I think. Yeah, change is as good as the rest, as they say. So yeah, so I know Andrew was advocating this, and yeah, we obviously paid off. Andrew obviously paid off. Don't know who you paid, whatever, but there we go. And hi Scotty, good to see you. Yes, good to see you. An orange chocolate bar there, Scotty, as well. That's not bad at all. I think there's only 2 more above that one, so yeah. Well done, well done. Yeah, it was heavy. It was basically, I woke up this morning and I was going to do a bit of a scout myself, and the rain was pouring down with rain. I thought, you know what, I'll just yeah, maybe tomorrow. But I had a few things to do, so there we go. But yeah, did you get anything, Scotty? Hopefully you got something nice. Yeah, not too bad. Yes, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, I just explained that, Sham. Yes, I just explained. You probably there's a few seconds behind, but yeah, you know, yes, I just explained that, so I won't say it again. Yeah, good to see you, AB. Glad. Yes, good to see you, AB. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good to have them back, isn't it? It's good to have them back. Yeah, it's been a while, as I say, it has been a while, so it's good. It's not bad at all. So yeah. I know Scotty's very busy, isn't he? He's doing all sorts all the time. Yeah, I don't know how he manages it really, but well done, Scotty. You do quite a lot, so yes. Honestly, yeah, yeah, nice one. Well, it paid off, Andrew. That's what, money well spent. There we go. But yeah, so we got a few things. I'll say I got one of those where I got to yeah, got to be careful not to sort of go overboard with the mystery review. So I've kind of tried to. I've got a select few things, obviously I've not yeah, I've not. Sometimes I can get a pile of like 10 or more things. So I'm going to yeah, I'm going to be careful about not going overboard with that. So, you know, I've got so many things. I think, you know, I can spend a bit of time on each of them. So there we go. Yes, there we are. Oh, thanks, AB. Thank you. Yes, it was getting a bit that way. You know, I needed a bit of a haircut. So there we go. Normally I manage to time it just before we go into lockdown. But this time things seem to be looking up. So there we are. Yeah, well, thanks so much. Yeah, well done, Sham. You made it on time. Good stuff indeed. Yes. As I say, glad you could make it this time. So yeah. So yeah, so what we got? We've got quite a few things, as I say. So I do have a bit of a backup if I've got plenty actually. I said I'd not gone overboard. I've got quite a lot here to to be going on. So let me just try and organise myself. That's the best. I should have done this before really, but I thought I was organised, but it turns out I'm not. There we go. Okay, just moving stuff about a bit. Yeah, so got a good few things here. There we go. Yes. Yeah, so lots of quarter-final football action today. So I thought it might have a negative effect on the stuff, but we'll see. I think the kickoff's at 5 on one of them and 8 at the other, so we might be all right for an hour at least. So yeah, yeah. So before we kick off with one that I've been meaning to review for a while, I kind of got them as there was one I wanted to review specifically, and as part of getting them, I had to buy them. I bought them online, and they came in like a pack of 3. I think someone requested one a long time ago. So they're just about. Yeah, I've had them for quite some time, so they're just about in date, I think. So that's not too bad. I've got a couple of them, but we'll start off with. Is it just milk chocolate? Yeah, Tony's Chocolonely. Yes. Chocolonely, yes. People know I'm not a big fan of the branding on these. I mean, the gist of it is they're meant to be sort of. Yeah, well, they're meant to be a few things really, but I guess, you know, they're typically sort of meant to be sort of very much like your fair trade type bars, but they also sort of have an anti-slavery motif on them as well, but you'd never guess that from looking at it, you know. I mean, that's the problem with these. I think the only way you'd know is this little sort of chain up here. As I say, if it focuses in, which hopefully it will do. There you go. It's like breaking the chain of and even if you can read it there, can you even read it? It might say something like anti-slavery or something like that. I can't even. Yeah, so it's very sort of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you can read it really. My camera's, you know, so it's such small prints. The bigger bars tend to sort of highlight it a bit more, but the smaller ones, you know, and even the big bars, they miss opportunities with it really. So there we go. Yeah. Get my raised to become a skin. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my hair's receding, so it probably will have to happen one day, Andrew. Unfortunately, you know, yeah. So you can start to see that, you know, it's going a bit thin in the light. It's not as bad in person, but with the studio lights, it's quite bad. Yeah. So, but there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. Yeah. Tony's spots environmental fun. Well, I'm not sure what possibly is the gist of it. AB. But I think the more the fair trade and stuff like so we can see on the back here. I think they're sort of that way inclined, so I think they've, you know, you can see it's got fair trade on it. It's struggling to focus in today. I don't know. Doesn't want to focus in on the words today. Normally it's not too bad at that, but today it's just not really wanting to do it. Don't know why that is. Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it? It's not normally like that. Normally it's still focusing behind on something like that. There we go. It's better. Yeah, so you can see there. So unfortunately, I can't read it because it's right behind the camera. So traded, mass trading compliance with fair trade standards. Total 77%. Visit, know what that means there. Fair trade. 50 gram bar. But yeah, the main message is meant to be anti-slavery. And apparently, like the lonely part is quite spurious. It's meant to be like lonely to be something like, I forget what it was now. Basically, lonely to work in the chocolate industry or something like that when you're not, when you're being sort of anti all the, you know, pro fair trade and pro standards and all sorts. I think that's the gist of it, really. Yeah, see. Going to London, Sham, I see. That's not too bad. All right for some. Yeah, you're all out and about all over the place at the moment. Well, hopefully you have a nice time. But yeah, well, don't worry, Sham. I know, you know, if you're busy, you're busy. Nothing you can do about it. But I hope you have a lovely time. Good chocolate, though, you say, Andrew. Yes, yeah, well, that's it. I think that's the gist of it. You know, it's sort of like a quality chocolate. And I'd be quite surprised if you have lots of additives and all that lot in it. Hair transplant, yeah. I know, it's one of those, isn't it? Yeah. It's very expensive. That's the problem, Andrew. Yeah, it's very expensive. And it's an option, isn't it? But I think at the end of the day, if you just lose all your hair, I don't know. What's it going to be like if you start losing more and then you're just going to have patches on your head and stuff? I don't know. It worries me a bit. You get that powder stuff, can't you? Where you put powder, it's like it basically colours the scalp, I think. So it makes it look as bad. But I don't know. The thing is, you're going to go old one way or the other. Something's going to fail, isn't it? You know what I mean? There's worse things that can happen. So you've just got to, you know. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. You know, it's just the way it is. You know, you can try and put it off. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, you think it's a bad idea, AB? Do you? Yeah. Why? What's happened? What sort of horror stories have you heard? Yes. Yeah, so yeah, chocolate sensation. Well, that's probably one I'd like to do, Sham, actually. Toast chocolates. Yeah. Well, sexations. Yes. That's one I'd like to do at some point. It's one I'm considering actually. Yeah. So yeah, watch this space. Yeah. AB. I think I'm the same, AB. To be honest with you, I'm just accepting it. You know, to be honest with you, I've done quite well. My dad and my brother was bald. I think by the time he was 30. You know, something like that. And you know, for not wanting to rematch too much, that was a long time ago for me. So yeah. So I've done pretty well. My dad was pretty bald as well. So I've done quite well actually. Yeah, we're talking about hair today, Rick. Yeah, exciting stuff. Men's problems, men's old age problems. Yeah. I don't know how we got about it, but we are doing. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, greys as well. I got greys as well, Scotty. Yeah, greys as well. Yeah, so I've got all sorts. I just noticed a grey hair on one of my eyebrows this morning. So yeah, so there we go. That's where you get about it. Yeah. Yeah, I think most people are. Don't worry, Andrew. It's one of those things, Andrew. I think it's just, you know, it's just probably gonna. I wouldn't worry about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, but some people go bald when they're in the mid-20s. So you know, I think hopefully we're doing all right so far. Yeah. Yeah, but I've heard about going to Turkey's the way forward. Yes, but I think I don't know whether it's regulated as well. Is one of those, isn't it? But yeah, you're right, Shime. It's nice to have a bit of a change, isn't it? Yeah, nice to have a bit of a change. Change is as good as the rest. That's what they say. So yeah, so as I say, Tony's Chocolo only. It's no gimmick behind it all. As I say, the reason for the naming, the spurious naming, which I'm not a big fan of, is the fact that it's a lonely place to be ethical in the chocolate industry is the long and short of it. It might not be slightly worded loud. If you go to the website, as I was saying, it's anti-slavery, but you can't really tell. It's right in this sort of thing here, and you really could miss it. And that's the whole thing it's meant to be about. And as I say, it's not quite focusing in very well, so hopefully you can see that. But you can see it's breaking the chain there and stuff like this. It's meant to sort of talk about anti-slavery. Yeah, so, but again, it doesn't really tell you on the packaging, really. It's not, it's very sort of, all this message and stuff, But there we go, Belgian fair trade milk chocolate, made in Belgium. So there we are. So Tony's, I think he's Dutch, actually. Yeah, so when I read up on it before. So per 100 grams, 545 calories, so just almost on the top end of the 500 550 range that chocolate usually has. 33 grams of fat, 33.2 grams of fat. I can't read it because it's because it's just behind the camera. 20 of which are saturates, so there we go. Yeah. A bit of an address there. Yeah, Netherlands there, Amsterdam, you see, so he is Dutch, the guy. Stored in a cool, dry place, whatever it is. But not in the fridge, it says. It literally says don't keep it in the fridge. So there we go, yeah. Alright, so yeah, so another thing as well is that the segments on Tony's chocolate only bars is meant to sort of represent the countries in West Africa, Northwest Africa, basically, as well. But you would never know unless you looked it up, so it's a bit stupid. And he should have like a bit of information on the inside of these smaller bars where it would, because they can't fit it on the bigger ones, but they don't either, so it's a bit silly, really. Yeah. So yeah, but yes, new lineup today. Yes, you're right, Ricky. A bit of a different one from the usual ones. Yes, not doing the supermarket ones for a change, but yeah, good to have a bit of a change. But as I say, it was a last-minute win for the mystery review, so there we go. Yeah. Yes. 21 September. I see. Yeah, quite young then, Andrew. Quite young. Yes, make us all feel quite old as well. Yeah. Well, you've got plenty of time yet, Andrew. But trust me, you'll probably have other things to worry about by the time you get a bit older, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah. But yeah. So when you get a dog. Honestly. But yeah, no coconut Kinder Buenos yet, Sham. Yes, and white chocolate ones. Yeah, there's a few ideas actually. Yeah, good idea for those, Sham. Yes. I'll say feel free to mention them in the Discord thing as well. So I've got them written down somewhere. That'd be quite useful. But yes, yeah, good idea that one. I'll try and remember it. Yes, do look like because white chocolate is a good one to do. I think have I already done one a white chocolate one? I'm not sure actually. Let's move some stuff out of the way. Yeah, I feel like I was going to do it, but I'm not sure. I'll just configuring the video a bit just to make it a bit less bright. There we go. So I've got some shenanigans going on there. These things out of the way if I can. Okay, and the trusty ruler. Right. Okay, right, so there we go, yes. Have to go a bit darker. There, here we are. Yes, we'll give it a bit of an open then, why not? No worries, Sham. Have a good time in London. Enjoy it. Yeah. Always feel free to catch up as well. It's hoping to be a bit review. Yes. I'm glad, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, they're quite similar, Lidl and Aldi, you know what I mean? And, well, it's nice to review them. Yeah, they do similar products, basically. Although we've got past the Mars bars and stuff, but it's still, I know what you mean. And the others are quite similar as well. So let's give this an open then. So there's no real flourishes on these. They're quite good here. We've got a bit of a, I'll open it. It's got a bit of a breakage in this one, unfortunately. So you can see these different wild shapes here. Now, what's meant? This is meant. Now you'd never guess it, would you? And the bigger bars are not much different. But that's meant. This is meant to be the sort of you know, if you imagine the continent of Africa, this is the sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and these are the countries on the side of it. That's what that's meant to be. Now you would never know that, would you? I'm looking at you would never guess that. In a million years, you know what I mean? You just think it's just some random shapes. That's what that's meant to be. This is the problem with the branding of Tony's chocolate only bars. They just really don't tell you what's going on at all. And as I say, they've got all this room here on the smaller bar, which doesn't have as much room to talk about stuff. Got all this room here to talk about things, and they're not doing, you know. So yeah, it's a bit of a, I don't know, you know, it's a bit, you know, they could tell you exactly what's going on, what it's about, and they don't. A nice ball wrapper, all the same. It's 50-gram bar, so it's quite. It looks small, but it's quite hefty. Is the gist of it. So we'll try and give it a bit of a measure. Could do with the calipers, couldn't we? Here. Yeah. Yeah, good chocolate though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good solid chocolate. I think you'd say, Andrew. Yeah, you're right. Yes, but I just think they've got this measure yet. Yeah, I've done Tony's before. I did a couple of them before. I did the raspberry. I think it's raspberry white chocolate one. and I did the what was the other one? I think it was a salted caramel crunch, something like that. I think someone requested it basically a long time back. Don't think he's been back much actually. The person who requested it, but yes, yeah. So I've done a couple. But yeah, never, yeah, exactly. Well, you wouldn't really, would you, Scotty? You would never guess it. You know what I mean? It's not obvious at all. That's what it's meant to be. Let's go. 11.6 centimeters long. 11.7 maybe you'd say, round it up. But yeah, that's what it's meant to be. And even on the bigger bars, where they do these big chunky bars, it's not much better because it's pretty much the same picture, you know. And it doesn't tell you. It's only if you go to the website and have a look at what they're about and stuff. And I was saying, why it's called Lonely and stuff like that, you know. And I don't think it's a bit of a daft name, and I just don't know. And I don't think they try and explain it well enough. 3.2 centimeters in width. Obviously at the top it's not quite as wide. And the thing is as well, they're not even the real shapes of the countries either. So they even talk about it on the website saying, well, we obviously couldn't, those countries are too small or too big or whatever to make them accurate. So it doesn't even represent actual countries as such, you know. So yeah, so I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the marketing of it. You know, I like the idea of it, but it's about 2.7 centimeters at the top, so lost about half a centimeter there. Yeah, and height-wise, let's have a look. 1.3 centimeters high. Yeah, so obviously, you know, doesn't look unpleasant though, but the problem with segments like this is, of course, they're not really practical at all either, really. But, you know, I guess you could argue they're fun. There we go, yeah. So this one's just their plain milk chocolate. So did it say what the milk chocolate was? Say what percentages it was and stuff like that. Camera's complaining. There we go. Anyone see anywhere? We can see there's not many chocolates there. It's sugar, dried whole milk, cocoa butter, cocoa mass. There's not many ingredients. So cocoa size 32% minimum. There we go. May contain gluten, egg, peanuts, and nuts. There we are. Yeah. Yeah, well spotted, Andrew. Well spotted. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Christmas music beauty user. Yes. Yeah. Well, this is it. I mean, that's the idea. At least, you know, it's just a shame that I'll just lift myself up. It's just a shame you really have to look into it to know what the whole point of this product is, you know. But I feel like they've got plenty of opportunity. I think they've just missed on the branding, really, you know. So maybe it's something they can improve in the future. They could at least have a little explanation in the middle of the wrapper. But yeah, so there we go. All right, so we'll get this big chunky one. There's one big chunk, so it's the only proper chunk in the bar. It says Tony's Chocolonely on it. Chocolo Tony, yes. Yeah, so it's just a posh, ethical version of a Yorkie. Well, it does. I mean, there's a cynical view there, AB, but yes, I think you're probably right. Yeah. It does come across that way, actually. I think you're right. It does. It feels like a Yorkie, I must say. It has that same feel to it, and I hadn't realised that. I knew there's something about it, but you're right. Yeah. Yeah, and they don't do a plain white chocolate, do they? Chocolate, you say? I missed that. Sorry about that. Yeah, funny one, that one. Don't know why I don't do that. Yeah, it's a strange one. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a go. See what it's like. Not bad, you know, not bad. I think now you mentioned Yorkie AB, I'm sort of it does feel a bit like that. Not bad chocolate, actually, not bad. It's I think, to be honest with you, that segment, and I don't know whether, you know, just thinking about it because AB's mentioned it, but it does come across just like a Yorkie, to be honest with you. It tastes like one as well. It's got the same sort of blocky chocolate, so it's not too warm today, but it wasn't. It was relatively soft, so it didn't have much of a snap to it. But yeah, basically, it did taste pretty much like a Yorkie, which is no problem because I like Yorkies. But yeah, that's what you're getting here. So it is pretty much, AB summed it up perfectly. It's a posh, ethical version of a Yorkie, and I think that's pretty much it. This one, obviously, with the Terry's Chocolonely bars, you can get all sorts of different flavours. And we've got another one coming up. There's loads of different variants of it. So unlike a Yorkie, which you only have a couple of variants, Tony's Chocolonely does have lots more. And of course, it's all the ethical side of it and stuff like that. I mean, Nestle, who make Yorkies, you know, they have their own sort of, I don't think is it Cocoa Life? I'm not sure, one or the other, or do you use Fair Trade or both. So they do have their own thing going on, but obviously Tony's is a bit more involved with it. But yeah, so I don't know, but I would say, yeah, it is quite similar to a Yorkie, I must say. The chocolate does taste very similar. Terry's Twilight, I do remember those. Yeah, I do remember them slightly. Yes. I don't know if did I ever have them. Yeah, not seen them for a long time though, Andrew. Yeah, so they do wear, but yeah, it's a nice name. Shame they've gone. As I say, they seem to have cut back on a couple of things. Was it the All Gold they've got rid of as well? Yeah. Tony's Pod, I think. Sea Salt. Yeah, Sea Salt Hazel. I think is the other one I've got. Got the hazelnut one coming on. I think I did the sea salt one actually. I think that's the one I did review previously. Yeah, I think that was one that someone asked me to review. I think it was that one anyway. Yeah, they're interesting one. They are very varied. But yeah, it's okay. This one. It is pretty much. They are quite expensive for what they are, but you're paying for like ethicalness and stuff like this. I'm not a big fan of the branding. I'm not a big fan of the fact that they seem to not really explain what they're on about. They seem to just rely on the fact that. I don't know really. I feel almost like it's almost. I shouldn't say it really, but it feels a bit lazy basically. I just feel like the whole. Obviously, if you have to go to the website, and the website's got everything, it explains it all, which is great. So obviously that's not lazy. But the bar itself, I just feel like it's just really. It doesn't really give you its message at all. It's almost as if. I almost feel like they're not bothered really. You know what I mean? It's as if they've ticked the boxes somewhere, and then they're just saying, "Here's the chocolate." You know. I don't know. I feel like it should be really more prominent, really, but maybe they want to put people off. I'm not really sure. I just feel like you've got all this anti-slavery, anti-this, anti-that message. You know, where is it on this wrapper? You know what I mean? And why is it not on the inside? You know, and then I say the fact you've got this trouble having these weird segments but you don't explain what that is either. You could at least have a picture of the, Africa on the inside of the wrapper to show the correlation because it's quite abstract. But no, so yeah, I don't know. But there we go. White chalky with Milky Bar. Yeah, did we dream this, Andrew? I'm sure you said that they were doing that. Yeah. I'm sure they did that, or they did it in the past, didn't they, or something? I'm sure we talked about it in Discord. Lazy liberals. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna. Feel free to chat about it in there, but yes, I'm not gonna. But yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, yes. I think some people. I think it technically sort of. I know what you're saying, Rick. I mean, I think some people aren't bothered about the detail. They just want to say they've done something, don't they? And I think that's probably Maybe Tony's realised this, and they think they can't. There's no point wasting too much effort on it. But yeah, I think if I was a principal, I think they should do. Pretzel Tony Bar's Great Ronald, you say? I've not had that one. Yeah, one I have to look out for. Yeah, there's loads of chocolate. I'd love to. Basically, I do have a Discord channel of one, by the way, Discord server, so it's in links in the description. So if there are things you think you'd like me to review, there is a specific channel in there dedicated to listing or posting things you'd like me to review, and it'd be a great way for you to do, because otherwise it's hard for me to remember everything. But because I'd like to, I really do want to. I don't want you to not recommend stuff, but yeah. So if you could do that, there, it'd be great. I could have a little pen and pencil and stuff like rewriting them down here, of course, but then I'd probably just lose it or something like that, But yeah, but I'll try and keep it in mind, Ronald. Yeah, it does sound. Pretzel's always good as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so it's a nice one. So what do I reckon for this one? Well, it's pretty much a Yorkie. I do like Yorkies a lot. I do like that sort of thick chocolate of it. I think it's a nice chocolate as well. So you've got all the ethical side of it, which is great. I'm not really going to push that onto the rating. No, I'm just going by the taste, to be honest with you. And it tastes nice. I think it's a solid 4 out of 5. Yeah, I think it's pretty much like a Yorkie, really. So if you're not a fan of Yorkies, I don't think you'd be a fan of this. It tastes very similar, to be honest with you. I mean, there might be a slight subtle difference, but to me, it tastes pretty similar, really. So yeah. But nice, an interesting one though. Nice. Yes. Hi Isaac, good to see you. Do you have a nice birthday yesterday? Happy belated birthday. I wish you happy birthday yesterday, didn't I? But well, belated birthday as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, so we might have another one. But I've got these ones I've been meaning to review for a long time. These BN Pockets. The smiley face one, a bit like this sort of smiley face type used to be in Family Circle, or sometimes in Family Circle. I think it's Ouverture Facile. I think easy Ouverture. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure. Or a copy or something. Let's see. What's it say? Bit of funny one. I think I got these in Home Bargains. Basically, let's see if we can find a description on here somewhere. This to obviously be a French product. I think you'd say. It actually literally says made in France there. Yes, it does. There we go. So we've got a lot of things on here in all sorts of flavours. English is the third one down. Obviously French is the top. Yeah, chocolate flavoured sandwich biscuits. Yes. Wheat flour 34%. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time, Isaac. Great to hear. Yeah. Did you go to a restaurant? Did you say? Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. So what have we got? Just following down here, basically. See if we can find any. Yeah, it's got palm fat in it. There we go. That's the main culprit at the moment, I think. Contains trace of nuts, eggs, soya. Best kept in a cool, dry place. There we go. Does it have any calories on it anywhere? Yeah, calories on here. That sort of very Europe. Maybe it's French products that have a lot of the Arabic on, because I guess in France, obviously with the association with Algerian things, they perhaps put a lot of Arabic on their products. I know in the UK we perhaps should do, but we don't tend to as much. So 400 grams, 461 calories, 15.9 grams of fat, 9 of which are saturates. There we go. And per biscuit, 88 calories, 3 grams of fat, 1.7 of which are saturates. So not too bad. Yeah, Five Guys. So we talk about Five Guys in Discord, Isaac. Yeah, I've never been there before. Yeah, these are. Yeah, I think they've been advertised in the UK. AB. I think I seem to remember. Yeah, we had the song sort of BNBN do 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 do. I think that was the. Yeah, so I think they were advertised in the UK a long time ago though. Yeah, so you get 4 times 2 sort of packs of 2 biscuits. So there we go. Interesting one. Yeah, interesting one. Yes, it looks quite nice. What does it say there? Sort of how to eat it or something? Oh no, maybe not how to throw it away. There we go. In French. Yeah. So that symbol there, you'd think it just basically means that the company who make this supports recycling. It doesn't necessarily mean you can recycle this product. Suits vegetarians in French. Yeah. No, that's easy open. That says yes, easy open. There we go. That's what it is. Because it's got that pull tab there. All right, yeah, I knew it said easy something because in Spanish facile is easy. So, is it facile? Yeah, something like that anyway. Yes. Oh, you got an Alexa for your birthday. Oh, very nice. Yes. So I'll have to. Well, yeah, I'll have to be careful not to read anything out saying Alexa then. But yeah, or maybe I should to Isaac just to yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Alexa, wish Isaac has happy birthday. How about that? Yeah. But yes, there we go. Well, good stuff, Isaac. Yeah, I'm glad. Hope you had a nice time, and yeah, glad you had a good birthday present there as well, I'd say. All right, so let's give these an open then. The calorie-wise were pretty good. I mean, typical for a single biscuit, it's usually about 80 to 100 calories of biscuits. What I've noticed. Obviously, per 100 grams, these ones 461 calories, so well below the chocolate for 550 per 100 grams. But biscuits tend to have about between 80 and 100 calories per biscuit for the nicer ones anyway. Okay, so got the easy open ones. We was discussing these with someone. It might have been you, Isaac, actually. I think we were talking about the family circle one, I think. Either you or I think it was a Joe, I think. I'm not sure who it was now. Yeah, okay, let's just get the brightness sorted a bit. They look quite nice, these ones. Yeah, they do look nice. Easy open. There we go. I think it was Home Bargains I got these. It says easy open, but then I've been confronted with some kind of lock. I mean, obviously I could just rip it open, but alright, yeah, well, okay, looks like we have to just rip it open. Alright. Okay, well, there we go. So, not so easy open. Okay. So we do get, yeah, all of these packs in here. Let's see. Quite large size packs here. I'll just move these away. So quite nice. Yeah, they're quite nice, don't they? Nice sort of colourful packs of biscuits here. Quite a bit of a size. Home Bargains is similar to B&M. It's a similar-ish AB. I don't know. It's a hard one to say. They just I don't really know, to be honest with you. Yeah, the catcher. You remember this BNBN? Yeah, Scotty. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if Home Bargains is similar to B&M. It's just like it's an interesting supermarket. It's a bit sort of random. Yeah, I guess it is perhaps similar to B&M. I guess. Yeah, in a different way. It's like a cross between B&M and Spar or something like that, maybe. Yeah. I'm not sure really. It's hard to say. Yeah, but I guess it is more similar than it isn't. Yeah. But there we go. Still quite nice. Got some weird headphones on. I've just noticed. I don't know quite why that is, but they do. There's no reason for the headphones. I don't think there's no competition or anything, but they do have. For some reason, they have headphones on. Yeah. Maybe they will do when we open them. So chocolate flavour. It says there. having trouble looking at the text today, isn't it? Normally it's not too bad, but yeah, don't know. Okay, there we are. Right, well there we go. Yeah, chocolate flavour. There we go. 37.5 grams. It's got the comma rather than the point because it's a European product. How much is this one? I'm not sure, Isaac. I can't remember. They weren't too bad. Maybe £1 or £2, I think, for a set. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's quite nice. There are flourishes. But obviously, we do bear in mind that the, you know, they were in the box anyway. But clearly, yeah, you can see that they don't need to be fit. We'll give them an open. You can have a look and see just how much wasted space there was. But yeah, let's give it an open then. So, right. Move this out of the way as well. What cardboard all over the place. Yeah. Okay, well they look very impressive. Look at that. No headphones though again, so maybe a bit slightly disappointed. Yeah, they look very nice, don't they? Yeah. Pretty sad. One of them is winking, one of them isn't. It's clearly a design difference. There's no face on the other side though, which is maybe disappointing. But you'd rather, you'd like to have the face on the back. We'll just say BN on it. You can see that. Yeah, but a pretty good size. Just, I would say pretty accurate to, obviously without the headphones, but relatively accurate to that as well, I think you'd say. Obviously not quite the same, but maybe slightly more sinister in real life. But nonetheless, yeah. And you can see here though, of course, you don't need, that's the flourish effect there. You can see all that wasted space, almost half a biscuit again. It's taken up just by flourishes. So yeah, bear that in mind, and if you do it over 2 biscuits worth, obviously you could almost fit in another biscuit, pretty much. If say it's half the biscuit again, which I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, that's 1 biscuit missing there. And there's this bit at the side here. So it's a bit of a con, isn't it? When you look at it, like you don't think anything of it when you see this. You think, oh yeah, it fits in quite well. But as I say, the flourishes. Yeah. So. Yeah, honestly. Hi, Joe. Hi. Oh, you got to go, have you? 16 now, Isaac. I see. Yeah, well, not bad. Good age to be. But see you later, Isaac. Have a good day. And hi, Joe. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Yes. Take over from Scotty. Yeah, he's normally the one that arrives after the event. But yeah. No, but don't worry, Joe. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry. We've reviewed one already. Terry's Chocolate Only. Yeah, so a milk chocolate bar, we think we would have liked actually. I'll just reviewing these ones as well. And you can see here again, it's a 4 packs, wasn't it? It's a 4 packs. Yeah, so it's not bad height wise. The height, they've actually packed them in quite well. I'll do it the other side actually. Yeah, you can see. Height they've actually done quite all right. They packed them in quite well for the height, but just not the width. So if I can't hold that very well, but you can see there, yeah, not too bad. All right, so that's yeah, you can basically fit in, as I say, if you think about it, you can fit in, you basically fit in sort of one more biscuit with a bit missing at the side, and times 2, so 2 more biscuits at least. So yeah, bit of a pain, but yeah, pretty nice these. Yeah, but happy Saturday, Joe. Yes. Glad you're doing well. Glad you're doing okay. Yeah, back to raining here in the UK pretty much. Height-wise, about 1.2 centimetres. Now, obviously, the width can be different because it's not straight at the side. So I'll do it at the extremes. That's 6.1 centimetres there. And in the middle, it dips a bit, about 5.6. Yeah, but it's a bit difficult to measure that one. So let's try and... can we coax it apart? What do we think? I'm not sure we can, Obviously not quite straight at the sides. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be one way it just breaks off, unfortunately. Especially when the chocolate's gone into the biscuit here. I think it's going to be a bit... the strawberry one, well, we might have that coming up, Scotty. You never know. We might have that coming up. Enjoying a pack of orange digestives. I've still not reviewed them, maybe. I'm hoping to review... I've got 2 reviews I want to do this week. Probably those and the giant sour Skittles as well. Yeah, basically... This is not going to come apart easy because the chocolate's embedded inside the biscuit. So we might just have to give it a snap and see what happens. Let's do it. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, looks like a very nice sort of cream as well. It looks a very chocolatey cream, more chocolatey than bourbon. Yeah. Quite a bit in, but you can see it doesn't go quite to the edge in many places, as is always the case with these. Although it does have by accident sometimes. Yeah, there we go. All right, but you can see there clearly. Not gone to the edge. Yeah, they kind of do it on purpose, I think, just so it doesn't get wasted, and also to save money, presumably. Obviously, if I waste them, it doesn't squidge out at the sides and stuff. Yeah. Well, let's give it a taste. Let's lift myself back up. Find the Skittles. Where did I find them? I think it was B&M. I think it was AB. I think. Yeah, I think it was B&M. But I think I saw them in another place as well. I think I saw them in Morrison's as well, to be honest with you. I think I saw them in 2 places. Yeah. So they are out and about. Yeah, so I'll be reviewing those tomorrow. Skittles is one of my the giant Skittles is one of my most popular videos because I think it's probably in the US. I think so I'm getting quite a lot of exposure there, and also the US for whatever reason the adverts pay a lot more when US people are watching. Don't know why that is, but they do. Yeah, so that Skittles ones, it's not giving me loads of money, but it's giving me about I don't know £2 a month or something, as opposed to all the others which give me about 30p or something like that. So there we go. One month it gave me £5 on its own, that one, but that's very rare. That. Now, considering all my videos, if all my videos gave me £5, imagine that. But unfortunately, most of them give me like 2p a month or something. But you never know. One day the backlog's not the backlog, the catalogue's there. So yeah, fingers crossed. Now I do have so let's give these a taste then. There's some new. I've got a couple of Skittles ones to review, not necessarily new, but yeah, this one does seem new. The sour one, I'm very excited for those because the giant ones are softer. Yeah, and also sour. So I'm really looking forward to them. But yeah, US promotion, I know. Yeah, we think the US reviews I do review US chocolate, don't I? But they don't seem to really attract that many US followers, I don't think. But who knows? With time, you never know. Okay, let's give this one a taste. Yeah, excited for this. Let's do it. Strange biscuit. It's not too dissimilar from those like Guyon sort of type biscuit, those circular ones with a filling. It has a similar sort of biscuit feel to that. It's not quite like a regular UK biscuit, I think you'd say. Can't really taste much of the chocolate filling though. It's very subtle, I think you'd say. Not bad though. Unusual biscuit taste. It's very unusual. I don't really know what it's like really. It tastes almost savoury. Almost. You can almost imagine it in like a cracker selection almost. Yeah, unusual one. Do have a handy cup of coffee here now. It's obviously been sat there for 10 minutes, but we'll see. Well, maybe a bit longer, but but we'll give it a dunk. Most biscuits always taste better when dunked, so Still warm enough. Melts the inside quite well. Makes the biscuit quite well as well. Yeah, definitely nice. These are pretty nice actually. I would say that the chocolate centre is quite subtle. And definitely the most flavours from the biscuit itself, and it's a strange flavour. I can't really describe it. It's quite sort of sugary, rice sugary, if that makes sense. If something's like basted with like a sweet rice paste or something like that, it's almost like that. Let's say on the box. Chocolate flavoured sandwich biscuits. Wheat flour, wholemeal rye flour. Yeah. Can't see anything obvious. I don't know, it might just be the way the biscuit is. Just flavouring. Not sure, but it's nice. It's interesting, different. I quite like these. They're a bit unusual. They look nice. I think they're quite nice and interesting for kids. I think the faces look reasonably good. Yeah, not too bad these ones. There's definitely something a bit odd about the biscuit. It's definitely a funny taste to it, but as I say, a nice one. And it's nice that the biscuit actually has the flavour, not just the chocolate centre. I think these are pretty good actually. I think these are pretty good for what they are. They're definitely better than I'd say a Bourbon. I think that, as I say, there's flavour in the biscuit, and it's a nice flavour. It's an unusual biscuit. It's not too sweet or anything. It's almost, I'd say, almost savoury, but as if it's been. It's a bit like a rich tea, but better. Has that sort of like rich tea actually has a bit of a sweet taste to it that you don't really they always dismiss when you're younger. But if you have them nowadays, well, since again, they're actually a bit, they're not too bad. And this one's a bit like that, but a bit more sort of full fat version of a rich tea, I think you'd say. Unusual, but nice. Yeah, no, I think I like these ones. I don't think they're going to sort of Pull you over, blow your socks off, you know. I like them, yeah. I say I'm a bit worried about the old first chocolate syndrome, but we're on the second wave now, aren't we? So we should be okay. I'll say I've been trying to, I said to mention to AB last week, I've been trying to have some toast before, just a couple of rounds, just to, you know, at least not have me completely sort of drooling over the idea of food, to try and reduce the first chocolate syndrome. I don't know if it's worked or not, to be honest with you. But yeah, but no, these are nice. These, yeah, I think they are a solid 4 out of 5 again. Yeah, they're nice. I think I like them. Could, you know, I mean, the reason not higher, I think, is just because they are still sort of, you know, at the end of the day, they are what they are, if you know what I mean. They're a biscuit with a sort of a chocolate cream in the middle. But, you know, the biscuit's nice and the chocolate cream's nice. I think a bourbon, I would say, is probably maybe a 3. I think a bourbon's probably a 3, I'd say. So that's how much better these ones are than a bourbon. Yeah, I like those. Maybe 3.5. But yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, AB. Yes, I thought it was worth a try. Yeah. As I say, you know, I think you're always going to. I mean, the problem with chocolate is it's a lot, obviously, on a different level than in toast and stuff like that, isn't it? Unless you put the, you know, chocolate spread on or something like that. But yeah, you know, it's got to reduce that first chocolate syndrome any way we can, I guess. The Don, hi Don, how you doing? Or the Don, I don't know if you could be actually called Don, but yes, either way, good to see you, yeah. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, that's really nice. Hope you enjoy the channel. Great to see you, by the way. What a way to introduce yourself, so yeah, great stuff. Yeah, we're just reviewing products live, basically, Don. Don't want to call you the Don or Don, I'm not sure. But yeah, so just the videos, we just reviewed BN biscuits, the chocolate one, so we're probably going to do the, well, why not, we'll do it now. We'll do the, yeah, as Scotty alluded to before, with a strawberry version as well. This time, don't have headphones on, it's got a cap on. So there we go, yeah. Obviously, tempted to be cool, I guess. But you're having a lovely day, Don, by the way. Good to see you, as I say. But yeah, strawberry one, I think we can clearly see it's, obviously, it is a French product. I say available in Home Bargains, that's where I got it from. Interesting, yeah. So, well, Scotty reckons these ones are better than the chocolate ones, and I was a fan of the chocolate ones, so we shall see. Let's hope. Just try and perhaps get a bit of some of these crumbs. I've got quite a bit of crumbage going on. So we can do that somewhere, somehow. Yeah, how about that? Not bad. Okay. Well, just about. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So right. So let's have a look at these ones then. So pretty similar, I think you'd say. Yeah, I don't know if I saw the top before, but you got this sort of little stuff going on. But obviously, it's Sedan's La Poche. Not sure what that says. Trop style. Yeah, I don't know. They do look very French, don't they? It has to be said. But there we go. Yeah, so interesting one. I don't know if anyone knows what that means. I'm assuming it's nothing dodgy because it's obviously a kid's product. But yeah. You could be the US promoter, Don. I say, yeah, Don King. That's what I have to call you. Yes, honestly. Is anyone watching the football tonight? Yeah, I will be doing, Andrew. I will be doing. I follow the competitions. Basically, I do follow them actually. To be honest with you, I do enjoy, because I'm not a big football fan generally, but I do follow like competitions like this. And same with the Olympics. I'm not too bothered about this, that, and the other. But I do follow the Olympics. You know, I just enjoy seeing the random events. You know. Yeah, I like seeing the underdogs do well in football and stuff like that. I'm doing a family sweepstake as well with the football, so got that interest as well, yeah. Yeah, it's not very interesting, these ones. I don't think there's much to say other than what we've already seen on them. Got the usual stuff on the side there. Right, yes. Got French and something. Yeah, strawberry flavoured sandwich biscuits, there we go. Yeah. Got this colour beetroot red flavouring. There we go. Anything else? Strawberry equivalent 2%. Strawberry puree. Concentrated strawberry puree. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So lots of in French. I can't really translate, but obviously, you know, yeah, very much a French product. Complete cereals. Have you seen what it says? 100% French. Yeah, other stuff. I'm not sure what it says, but there we go. I think it seems to translate into German underneath it, but of course I can't speak German, so yes. Oh yes, yes. Well, it'd be great to have, as I say, people in all, yeah, in all time zones. It would be great, really. Are you actually from the US then, Don, or are you just sort of, yeah? Sorry, I didn't twig that you were actually possibly saying you were from the US. There, you're actually from the US. Yeah, I thought you were just sort of, just going off the name of the Don from Don King. But yeah, well, that's great though. Yeah, it's great to have. I say, I do have quite a few. I say there's people from Canada, Brazil, Jow's from Brazil, of course. I have a couple of Indian chaps turn up every now and again. Some followers in Germany as well, Finland as well, Sweden. Yeah, so quite a few people from here, there, and yeah, so it's quite an interesting one really. But obviously, yeah, what the hope is at one point, for the Discord server at least as well, to have people, on it at all times, basically, because most people from the UK on it. And obviously, during the night, everyone will be in bed. But yeah, so it'd be nice to have just yeah, as I say, 24/7 community going. That'd be great. Ah, Detroit, yeah, great to see. Yes, yes. Detroit Lions. Yeah, no, I've been to the US. Yeah, Detroit. Is it Michigan? Detroit. I'm not. Yeah, I must say I was. Yeah, I've not been. I've been to the US. I've been to only once, but I went to a few states when I was there. I went to New York, North Carolina. I sort of briefly was in Florida, and I think when I went to Cincinnati as well. So I just travelled. I think there's at one point there where you can cross 3 states basically. I think it's Kentucky, Ohio, and yeah, another one which I forgot. Yeah, which I should know. And I think I did that. I think I did that anyway. But yes, I've not been to Michigan though. Yeah, so if assuming I'm right there with that, I do apologise if I'm not. Yeah, great stuff though. Really. Yes, you ever been to the UK? Yeah, Don. I wonder if you have ever. Yeah. Let's see. I think you get colder weather in the US where you are, but yeah. Ah, there we go. Yes. Good Scotland. If you go to, there's lots of people from Scotland in this channel. Yes. Scotty's from Scotland. Yeah, Alan's from Scotland. I don't think he's on at the moment. But yeah, there's a few Scottish people. Who else was from Scotland? Yeah, it's a nice place, Scotland. Yeah, lovely place. Yes. As I say, lovely place. I've been there once, just once, I think myself. It was nice. Yeah. UK rains a lot though, so you've got to be prepared for that. Basically, you don't really have extremes of weather, just lots of rain. Yeah. So. Okay, let's move this down. Yeah, Scotty, have to recommend places for Don to go to. Obviously, Alan's got a pub as well, so I think he's in Aberdeen. Yeah, so he could go to Alan's pub. Okay, so got the easy open thing here. The acid Luke as well, yes. Let's give this an open. I've never been anywhere exotic like the Highlands though. Yeah. There we go. Opened it a bit better this time. Might have like a reseal actually. I think you can reseal it potentially. Potentially, but I'm not sure how you'd manage it. I think I don't know. Yeah. Oh well. I think the idea is you can reseal this somehow, but it doesn't seem to be very. Well, there you go. There you go. It does reseal. We're just going to lower the brightness a bit because it's a bit too bright. Yeah, Luke's from Scotland as well. There's someone else from Scotland as well. I think maybe is it Stephen Saunders? I think he might be from Scotland. I'm surprised you've not been all around it, Scotty, while you're travelling. Yeah, I thought you would. Mind you, there's always some place you've never been, isn't there? It's always the way. And they're quite remote in places, aren't they? Really. And it did work for a guy who was born in Shetland Isles. Yeah, which is quite extreme. Yeah, big city and towns. Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's one of those. Right, so they look quite nice. Again, sort of a similar vibe, I think you'd say, to the chocolate ones. Similar problems as well, where, they say when we open them, they won't fit in the... You can basically get an extra 2 biscuits. So I'll give them an opening. Yeah, look very similar to the outside packaging. Got the caps on. Those ones are the headphones. Very sort of French branding, I think you'd say that, or French design. But, okay, so look. Yeah, I did have a couple of friends who came over from Australia and they did a big tour of it, went around all the more remoter areas. Been to more places than I have, I think, in Scotland, but yeah. There we go, smell very nice. We haven't got a winking one this time. Got 2 smiling ones, smell very nice. There's a very nice sort of, strawberry smell coming from them. You can see basically the same as before with the chocolate ones. Let's say there's the winky face chocolate one. They'd be quite nice when they pair quite well together, don't they? Look, I mean, not just the faces, but the colours. I think they're quite nice, these. I think they look good. Especially BNN on the back. I don't know what BN stands for, by the way. It might stand for... If it stands for something, it'll probably be French... Yeah. Oh, there we go. You see at the bottom there, the very bottom there, just above the French. Zoom. If it focuses, will it focus? I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. It's just not wanting to focus at all today. Normally, at least it's. There we go. Biscuiterie Nantais Depuis, 1897. So made or founded in 1897. So there we are. I assume that's biscuit something. But yeah, there we go. So that's what B&N stands for. There we go. If anyone can translate it, feel free. Yeah. Yeah, definitely kids, but yeah, you're right, Andrew, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But I think they're really good for kids' lunchboxes. I think they're really good. And they do look solid for you. Just give them one pack. Really quite nice smell to these. So it's the same problem as before. You know, we're going to have the same measurements as well, but we'll do it just for completeness. So height. So it's not going to be uniform, this one, but there we go again. It is 1.23 centimeters. And then the width, 6.3 centimeters. And then in between, that's at the extreme points, and in between sort of like a little dip bit in the middle, about 5.7, 5.8. Yeah, all right. So yeah, so again, we're going to be hard to split in half these ones, you know, to split down the middle here, because it's just all the inside's gone inside the opening there, so it's just going to break. Yeah, Biscuit Factory. Yeah, none or none. Yeah, see. Right, there we go. Right, there we are. That's what it is. Nance biscuits or non biscuites. What I can't do French. Biscuiterie Nantais. Yeah, for something like that. Also, Nance Biscuit Factory. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what Andrew. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, same here, Angela. I think I was saying that before. That's what I was mentioning to someone in the comments that they were talking about it, and I said that they tried these ones because these are they were missing the smiley face biscuits basically. Yeah, and I said they should try these ones, and I was going to review them at some point. So let's give a bit of a snap then. This one's very much a bit more. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. You can see it's not snapping. It's what's the word? Giving a bit of resistance there. It's pulling. That's quite a lot of resistance actually. I still can't separate it. Look at that. It's only just hanging on by a thread, but it was still quite strong. Obviously, I wasn't pulling that hard, but it seems very much a bit more like a jammy dodger. These ones, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, these are very interesting actually. Very interesting. So these are very much going to be quite similar to jammy dodgers, I would say. So quite excited for these ones, yeah. Standard grade French. Merci. There we go. That's my French. I've learned a bit of Spanish recently. I did French at school, but I was never interested at school at the time. I would have nowadays. I would be well into it, but I wasn't bothered at all when I was at school about learning French. But nowadays, you know, it's a shame. But nowadays, I'd be well into it. But yeah, but I hardly know any French, unfortunately. But Spanish, I know a bit more. Yes, used to like lemon jammy dodgers. Yes, do I have those? Maybe I've got some jammy dodgers too. I don't think those ones. But yeah, I did review the weird apple ones, I think. But yeah. Okay, let's give this a taste then. Yeah, I'm excited about these actually. I think Scotty might be right. They look like they're very interesting. So let's give it a go. Definitely got sort of typical strawberry flavour, similar to the sort of the flavour you get on the strawberry sauce ice cream dispenser, but obviously a bit chewy. I think I got more biscuit than anything else then. Let's just give it another go. Very different than the other ones. They're very much more jammy dodgery like, really. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I don't know if do I prefer the other ones? I think I might prefer the other ones. Let's have another bite. Let's see. I got more of a chew these ones for sure. I feel like the flavour's a bit overshadowed by the biscuit though. I feel like the biscuit, and I don't know. Yeah, the biscuit's got quite a strong flavour. Not strong, but it's got a flavour basically. It's present. And is that you're a biscuit, Andrew? Is that what that says? Custard. Yeah, jam and custard's a great flavour Jammy Dodgers, must be said. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Scotty. It's just when you're too young to appreciate it at the time, you know what I mean? I think, yeah, especially, well, I was anyway. I think generally at school, really. Yeah. Yes. Brown biscuit with made in France, I see. Or with French couture, yes. I see. He's wearing a blue t-shirt, yes. I know that much. We're only working out based on just putting two and two together, yeah. I know pret-a-porter is ready to wear. Yeah, so pret-a-manger ready to eat. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a bit of a dunk. Let's give it a dunk. So let's see. It works in a. It says coffee's just about warm. For obvious reasons, it doesn't work as well with this one because most biscuits are improved with a dunkage, but this one, because it's a strawberry flavour, isn't really. I think I prefer the chocolate one, to be honest with you. I know Scotty mentioned he preferred the strawberry one. I just think the biscuit's a bit too strong for me for this one. Let's have a bit of a swig of my drink. Yeah, the biscuit taste, I think, is just a bit too strong. I feel like the chocolate came out a lot more than the strawberry does for this one. But it's very chewy, very nice, and it's pretty fragrant actually. It's got the same problem I forgot to mention before, by the way. Yeah, so you got the same problem again of the massive sort of gappage there, where you there's pretty much half a biscuit's worth there. If you duplicate that by 4, because there's two. You got 2 packs, whatever. Yeah, so you could easily basically fit in. Well, I'd say it's 1, 2. Yeah, it fits another 4 biscuits. I mean, I only said 2 last time, didn't I? So it's because it goes down all the way. So it's half biscuit, half biscuit, half biscuit. Yeah, 2. Yeah. So another 4 biscuits you could fit in. So it's a bit of a con there with the space. These ones are okay, I think. I'd say quite similar to Jammy Dodgers. I think I prefer Jammy Dodgers though over these ones. I just think I think the biscuit just works a lot better with the chocolate. For me, it just seems to work a lot better. I think the flavours of the biscuit and the chocolate complement each other. Whereas I think in these ones, I think they kind of work against each other a bit really. But if you like the chew and you love that strawberry taste, then as presumably Scotty does, I think. Chewy texture anyway. I think it's probably more extreme, but I think taste-wise, I don't know. For me, it's not quite as good. Yeah, I think I'd probably recommend a Jammy Dodger over them, to be honest with you. The biscuits, I think that just works better. I think for me, I think for these ones, then I think it's probably. I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't get the nice biscuit. Just none of it came through as well, to be honest with you. I think I might. Oh, can I dock it a whole mark? I think. Yeah. I think I might give it a 3 out of 5, this one. Yeah. 3 out of 5. Just didn't quite work as well for me, I don't think. Yeah, I think as I say, I couldn't taste the strawberry, just didn't pop as much as the chocolate one did. I wouldn't say the chocolate one was on another level of chocolate or anything like that, but it just seems to just work better with the biscuit. Yeah. Someone came out to France, what colour? Okay, yes. Well, that's the problem with with school learning, isn't it, Andrew? You just learn. So I guess you get to that point though, with learning a language where you can basically talk about anything. It's just a point where things click and you can just suddenly make a sentence no matter what someone's saying, and you can kind of work your way around it. But to get to that point, it's quite difficult. And I don't think I'd say at school I didn't really try that hard really, so I can't say for certain, but I don't think you get to that point at school. So there's just a point where you just get to the way you can work your way around to say what you want to say. So even if you don't know all the words, you can basically manage it. And it's great to get to that point actually. And I'm sort of at that point in Spanish. I mean, obviously I have to sometimes get into Spanish mode, but you can just you can just speak about something, and you might not know it perfectly, and you might get a lot wrong. But it's a great position to get to, when you can just have a conversation. But you still have that problem where hearing what someone says and understanding it is difficult because you need them to speak slowly, and it's hard. And when you're trying to concentrate on a word they've said just 1 second previous, it's a snowball effect where you can't keep up with the conversation. So it's very difficult, yeah. So it's really, so I'm not at that level, unfortunately. Yeah. Just keep telling me what you're wearing. Yeah, it's probably the best bet, Andrew. Probably the best bet they do. At least it'd be nothing offensive. That's the main thing. Yes. Right. So there we go. Right. So there we go. It's not bad, those biscuits, but yeah, I think chocolate one for me was the better one. I think. but they were nice. They were nice. But yeah, I think I'd recommend Jammy Dodgers. Yeah. Dinner and supper, or lunch and dinner. Well, for me, Rick, I'm going to complicate things further. For me, dinner is tea. Yes, I think there's like a divide, or some people call dinner which is the evening meal, tea, and I call it tea. So I still call, and then I call the lunch dinner basically. But then after an afternoon dinner where it's like a bit of a bbig meal, roughly around 4 p.m. or something, I'd call that dinner. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so. That's the gist of it. So it's a bit complicated, but a lot of people, I think, particularly, I'm not sure. I think it's maybe people in the south of England, or more south than me anyway. I'm not sure about Scotty though. You might be able to speak for what people say in Scotland. I think they'll say supper and dinner and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. But sometimes they'll say lunch as well. So Yeah. So what have we got next, Andrew? Yes, good question. Well, I've got something a bit random here. Yes. So it's Niederegger marzipan. Yeah, with ginger. Yes. I couldn't see the ginger at first. Ingwer. I think it must be ginger, but it didn't seem to say it at the bottom. It just says marzipan with dark chocolate. Yeah. So this is actually a guy called Dark Arterial Gore. Is like a David Gemmell fantasy novel reference. Which I didn't put. I've read David Gemmell, but I didn't put. It was 20, 30 years ago actually. Well, yeah, 25 years ago, something like that. Since I read his books. Yeah, so that's what he mentioned this one. I think the 1,000 subscriber special asked me to do. I think it was the orange marzipan actually, but I got this one at some point since then. Yeah, I've just been meaning to review it. So there we go. So yeah, unique ginger. Expect Borders bars. Yeah, just so many ginger chocolate. No, it's unusual, isn't it? Yeah, you're right, AB. Yes, it is something a bit different as well, Andrew. I think you'd say. Yeah. So it's. Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Yeah, you just say ginger biscuits, really, don't you? You don't see many really in chocolate. Obviously, this is marzipan, so the primary thing in here is marzipan, and I don't know, I think I wasn't quite as big a fan as the guy who mentioned it to me. Let's see, what does it say? So it's German, this one, I think. Yeah, Deutsch at the top. Don't think you speak German, Andrew, but yeah. Dark chocolate filled with ginger marzipan, 48%. 100% quality marzipan paste. There you go, it's got 100% quality. Look at that. Who knows what that means? Ingredients: dark chocolate. Almonds 24%. Sugar, ginger 2.8%. Invert sugar syrup. I don't know what that means. Cocoa slice 50% minimum in dark chocolate. Keep cool and dry. Made in Germany. There we go. Yeah. Bergstalk in Deutschland. There we are. And calorie wise, 400 grams. 507 calories, so very much on the lower end of the 550 scale, per 100 grams. 33 grams of fats, 13 of which are saturates. 110 gram bar, so we just basically add a tenth onto that. What's that? About another 51 calories. So for the whole thing, it's probably about 558 calories. Yeah, and about 36.3 grams of fat, and about 14.6 of which are saturates, something like that. There we go. My maths is working. Yeah. So there we go. Just usually easy to identify. Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, we definitely should be a good one, Joe. Yes, I'd say it's quite a distinct flavour. Tea time now. Lunch is lunch. Yeah, so is your tea an afternoon thing then, Scott? Like your evening meal is tea. Supper in Scotland is used for chippies. Yeah, I think that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a song I think I mentioned this last week called I think it's called Chippy Tea by the Lancashire Hot Pots, Rick. So look it up on YouTube, yeah. Okay, it looks an interesting one. It's got like that nice sort of German, like sort of Rittersporty style wrapping. So basically, if you had a library of these, if you all stand in bookend, there'll be different colours and things. I think they do quite a lot. They're not very. I don't think they're very prominent in the UK. This brand, but I think in Germany they're a bit more, but I'm not too sure. So there we go. And I don't think you can read that. It's going to be a bit of a difficult colour. Dark chocolate filled with ginger marzipan. Obviously, presumably in German on the other side. It makes any difference if it focuses in or not, really, whether you could read it or not. So I'm not sure. Very difficult one. Problem is, it's trying to focus on my face, you see. So if I cover my face, it might do it. There we go. Just about. Problem is, it's hard to keep still. Oh, you get the idea. It's German anyway. There we are. Okay. Yeah. All right. Niederegger as well, of course. Yeah. So I don't know if Dark Arterial still watches. I think I've heard from him every now and again, but he doesn't crop up too much. So, Yeah, but if he is, hopefully he likes this one. Okay, right, let's see. Okay, I'll just tone down the brightness a bit. I think we'll need this more for the yellow wrap packaging as well. Have a look. Okay. Yeah, so we say basically tea for the drink and for the meal, Rick. So it might be a bit confusing at times. There you go. At least where I am anyway. Not always the case. There's some people in the UK that say mum as well rather than mum. I think that's like Derbyshire way or something. I'm not sure. So it's got a nice opening here. Yes, look at that. Ooh, yes, nice little. Yeah, it looks very nice. Nice quality. This. Look at that, nice foil as well. It's a foil, not like this sort of wrapping paper foil that I often talk about. So you can actually make a good impression here. The wrapping paper foil I think is probably a bit more, looks a bit more expensive, but I definitely prefer this foil. This is proper foil. Yeah, so you can actually make you can do this nice. Yeah, look at that. I like that. Yeah. So you actually make an imprint of the bar into the foil there. And look at it, it says Need Regular on it as well. I think it looks very nice actually. This looks so nice. Has an air of quality, I think you'd say. Yeah. Good air of quality that. What does it say underneath it? Lubrec. Yeah. Assume that's the location it's made, I assume. Could be wrong. Yeah, it is, yeah. So you see the address at the bottom there. There we go. Get in touch. Okay, right. So let's give this a minute. So there's not much room for flourishes here, which is good as well. So I like ones where you don't have to rip the foil to get into them. Although I obviously know that means it's sealed. But there we go. Yes, look at that. Yes, so very much a dark chocolate there. It's one of those dark chocolates, slightly a bit of a reflection in it there as well. Look at that. You can see my light up there on the camera. Yeah. So yeah, interesting. It's a bit melty, this one though, has to be said. It's definitely got a bit of meltage going on. You can see my fingerprints sticking in it a bit. Alright. Nice you can see there as well where the imprint's gone through. Okay, let's give a bit of a measure then. Yeah, let's have a look. Right, so this one just about, can I get it? Yeah, I think I can just get the calipers on this one. Normally they're always too big for this, but I can. It's about 15 centimeters, 15.1 centimeters. And the width, (7.6). Nice ginger smell coming from it now. I didn't get it before, but it's just wafted to me now. So it's not quite as wide at the top because it's not flat at the sides. They never are they, chocolate bars? About 8.8 millimeters. Well, 8.8, sorry, 9 millimeters pretty much, yeah. And then in between, where there's those spaces, about 7 millimeters. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, at the top, the width, roughly, about 7.5. So yeah. It's melty a bit, this one though. For a dark chocolate, you don't normally, about 7.6 at the bottom, I think. Not lost too much space then. Yeah, so quite don't normally get melty dark chocolate, but this one I think it's more oily. I think actually you can see it's melting a bit, but I think there's like an oil mixed in. Maybe it's a ginger oil or something, or the marzipan. I don't know, but definitely got like an oily substance on my hands. Yeah. All right, let's give it a bit of a snap then. See what we're up against. So you can see there, it's very much marzipan, isn't it? It's filled with marzipan, very thin chocolate layer. I know, yeah. Obviously, the segments are making it curl down the side. So if we cut, you can see that thick at the side. But yeah, you can see, yeah, definitely more marzipan than anything else. You can see lots of ginger pieces as well, I think. It focuses. Will it focus? Might do. It might not. Hard to get it to focus sometimes. I think it's just, I don't know. Yeah. I think you can see the ginger texture there even without it focusing, but I'd like it to focus just so I can at least show you for certain. But yeah, I don't know why it won't focus. And we'll put it in front of that. Maybe that will. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see all that ginger there. So plenty of ginger in. Yeah, I think this one. If you like marzipan, I think this is definitely one for you. Really, if you like ginger, for sure, it's one for you. I'm not too sure if I'm a big fan of marzipan. Really, I know there is a market for it. You know, I'd say, especially in I think in Germany, Rittersport do their own sort of, marzipan one, don't they? Stuff like that. So it's definitely I think it's a thing there more than in the UK. I think. Obviously some people like it. I'll say I'm not sure. Almonds for me, I don't hate them, but I'm not really a nut person generally. So yeah. Yeah, marzipan as a whole, yes. Well, yeah. I was just reading your mind there, Joe. I was just sort of talking about, yeah, I'm not a massive marzipan fan. So full disclaimer, I don't really eat it that much. I'm not, I'm not a massive marzipan person. So I'm a bit worried that this might not be for me, really, is the gist of it. But we'll have to bear that in mind. I say, I'm not a big nut person generally. Almonds, I don't mind almonds, but I'm not a big fan of just eating nuts generally. It has to be flavoured or something for me. So the fact that the flavour might be all right. But marzipan as a whole, it's kind of like... it's basically just sort of like, an almond paste, isn't it, really? So, but let's give it a go. You never know. Let's see. It's not a massively strong ginger taste, smell, but it's there. It's definitely weaker than I would say you'd expect it to be. But yeah, let's give it a go. Yeah, it's quite gingery actually to taste. Quite moist as well with the marzipan. Not bad, actually. The marzipan definitely seems to be quite... the other one I reviewed, I think it was the orange marzipan. I wasn't as big a fan of, actually, because I think it was just too much marzipan. But this one, I think there's plenty of ginger in. I think it actually works quite well. This is actually pretty nice. I was expecting not to like this, I will say. But you can see there's quite thick chocolate at the end as well. That sort of big thick bit at the end there. Quite a thick, where's my measuring stick? Here it is. It's quite a thick. Yeah, it's about 4. I mean, it's very rough measurement. It's about 4 millimeters. That's quite a thick bit of marzipan on, bit of chocolate on the end there. And dark chocolate works quite well with it as well. So you can see there's really big chunks of ginger there. Cover my face up again. No. Plenty of marzipan. Well, yeah, it works quite well actually. I think, as I say, I think the ginger just balances out that marzipan taste. I think the dark chocolate, it just works quite well. The dark chocolate also works well with it. It's got the three flavours really complement each other basically. I think the orange one I think it was orange anyway, it just didn't work. It was just too much marzipan. And the orange kind of wasn't a great flavour. It just wasn't really implemented very well. Well, this one's actually not bad. I say marzipan's not really my thing. I don't think it's one that will make me change my mind on that. I mean, it's not like I'm, I don't know, bowled over by it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So while I'm saying it's quite nice, I don't think it's won me over as far as buying this again is concerned. So it's one of those. I'm just reviewing it on its individual merit. I think. I mean, it's a very difficult one to sort of to talk about that really, because I mean, obviously, yeah, you do sort of like things sometimes, but sometimes I have to try and be objective about it. So I'm sort of, even though it's not generally my thing, I'm sort of still talking about it objectively, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's a difficult one to sort of, hopefully you understand what I mean anyway. So I don't think this is for me. I think marzipan for me, as I say, it's not really my thing. But actually, as a bar, just independent viewpoint from it, I think it's actually works pretty well. It's, as I say, the dark chocolate's not too rich. You can't really taste it individually. It just complements the other two flavours, and the ginger's quite not too strong, but strong enough to sort of work with the marzipan. So you still taste the marzipan, but I don't know, the texture is kind of it's still there, but I think there's just enough sort of dark chocolate and the ginger sort of pieces to work with the marzipan really. So you're not just getting just marzipan, you're getting a nice complement of different flavours. You get quite a strong ginger taste as well. It's very, not too strong, but I think it's a ginger taste that you would expect. It's about the right strength that you would normally expect from a ginger flavoured product. So it's quite prominent, quite a bit warm. These aren't for me really, I must say. They're still not for me. But I don't, as I say, there's nothing to dislike it. It's just not really my thing, marzipan. But nonetheless, I still think they're nice, these ones. Definitely better than the other one I had, actually, which was unfortunately the recommended one from from Dark Otto Gore, the guy, so the David Gemmell fan. Yeah, I think so. Independently, I think if you really, I'm gonna rate this, as I say, objectively. So it's not really something I would get, but based on what it is and the way the flavors work together, I'm very happy with it, and I think it's a good another 4 out of 5. Really, yeah. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a nice one, and I think if marzipan's your thing, I would definitely recommend this. Actually, and it was it was a lot nicer than the other one I had. I like the presentation as well. Difficult to get in the UK though. This one. I think it's not an expensive product generally, but I think getting it in the UK means it might be expensive. I remember I think I had to buy a couple of them, to get them. I think even bought them in the 2-pack. I think. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, interesting in that one. Yeah, a nice one. But as I say, not for me, I must say, but I can appreciate what it was, and I think it worked well together. That. And if you're a real massive fan of marzipan, I would definitely check one out. But obviously, you'd have to like ginger as well. One of those. Might just have a bit of a palate cleanser just to try and get rid of that ginger taste a bit. And Pepsi Max flavour now. Yeah, how about that one? Okay. So what else we got? Well, I got another another Tony's Chocolonely one this time. I think it was mentioned before. Someone mentioned it, hazelnut one. There we go. So similar bar as before. It's got the same problems again. We don't know what's going on with it. Why it's called Chocolonely. But as I say, just to briefly go over it again in case you've just joined. Long story short is, it's lonely because it's a lonely place to be in the chocolate industry when you're trying to be ethical, is the long story short. There might be slightly more specifics than that, but that's pretty much the gist of why it's called Chocolonely. And it's got sort of like fair trade and stuff, which is on the back. But it's basically an anti-slavery bar, so it's trying to stop slavery in the chocolate process, basically. And it's, ethical for that reasons as well. But you would never guess it, because the only way you can ever tell is by this chain, or by going to the website, but from the product, from that chain there, which it says, it doesn't even say it. There we go. We'll make chocolates 100% slave free, it says. There we go, in very small writing. I can't actually read that. My eyesight's not perfect, but I can't read that in real life. I can't read it. It's too small. It's just really tiny to read that. I don't know, as I say, that's the real size of it there, you can see. And you would never even look at it. I mean, you would just not really even... I just don't think you'd even notice it, I don't think you'd even look at that. So, it's meant to have this massive anti-slavery message, which is a massive part of their branding, and they just don't make anything of it. And they don't tell you on the back of the bar, they don't tell you inside the bar, because you might say, well, it's a small bar, they've got no room. Well, there's massive amounts of room on the inside of the packaging that they don't tell you. It really winds me up a bit that they've got this massive thing going on about anti-slavery and stuff like that, and you just don't make anything of it on the bar. It winds me up. But anyway, I've been off on one about that one, so I won't go on about it again. Okay, right, so let's zoom down a bit. Same sort of shenanigans as before, really. As I say, we did review a similar one before. It's the same size bar as one we did before, so we try not to go over old ground too much, but obviously we have to bear in mind that some people might only have tuned in for this bit, or I might isolate this and publish it separately at some point, so we'll have to... yes. Okay, so there we go. Yes, we'll talk about the calories and stuff, and just what it is. It's kind of gone over to the edge a bit. Belgian fair trade milk chocolate with hazelnut pieces. There we go, made in Belgium. Yeah, Tony's chocolate. Tony guy is actually Dutch as well. I think he does say made in Netherlands at some point. There's obviously no palm oil in this, as you'd expect. 100 grams, 558 calories, so over the 550 max, 500 to 550 range that's typical for chocolates, I've noticed. 36.1 grams of fat, 18.5 which are saturates, and then per bar, 47 grams. So it's not quite as heavy as the one, which was 50, I think. 562 calories, 17 grams of fat, 8.7 of which are saturates. I think it was 50. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So even though it was the same size, visible, same space it took up. What does it say? 50. Yeah, 50 down there. This one's 47. Interesting. Okay, yeah, right. So there we go. Anything else to say on it? I don't think there's much more to say. Sugar, cocoa butter, cocoa mass, traded in compliance with fair trade standards. Total 69%. So here it's actually telling you, I think, in this case that 69% of what's in this bar is fair trade. So a lot of the other bars, they just say we use a mix of fair trade. Whereas this one's actually telling you, so it's not 100% fair trade. So what do you make of that then? That's a bit, I think that's a bit poor. So what's it in this one? 77% in this one. I think that's, yeah, so we missed that before. So yeah, so, okay. So it's not fully fair trade, this, which I think, I would say you'd probably, I mean, it's probably more than the norm. But you would buy this expecting it to be 100% fair trade, wouldn't you? I would have said. But it's only 69%, so... As I say, you know, it might be unreasonable to get that much. It might be that in typically Nestle products that are labelled as fair trade, it's 50% or 51%, which is probably what the minimum they need to have the fair trade on. But yeah, don't know. Not. I think I would be expecting 100%, and that's just. And again, it's like I've been saying the past few weeks, past few months. I would never assume what they're telling you means what you think it does. But at least they're being specific on this one. Right, okay, so there we go. So I'm not a massive hazelnut person, as I say, generally, but these are chopped hazelnuts, so we'll see. Let's take this bar out. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so as I say, nothing on the inside telling you anything about it, which would be useful for such a product, but they don't do it. It's got a nice foil wrapper as well, by the way, I forgot to say. It does come in foil. These pictures, we've mentioned it before, this is meant to be, this is just, well, yeah, this is meant to be the, hang on a sec, if you can see. So it's meant to be Africa, this basically, an abstract Africa. This is the Atlantic Ocean. So imagine this is the sort of the overhang part where Sierra Leone and places like that are. Yeah, that's what it's meant to be. But you never know, and they're not even, these aren't even individual countries. They explain on the website that the countries were either too small or too big to be practical to divide into segments, so they've combined them and stuff like this. So it's really abstract. It doesn't explain it at all anywhere other than on the website for some reason. And you know, as I say, they could have a picture of it, you know, here just to tell you what it, you know, and talk about it, but they don't. So there's one cube here that's generally just an actual cube. So they do have one full segment which says Tony's Chocolo only. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, sorry, I think I've just noticed your message there, but yes. Oh, but yes. Well, thank you. Yeah. So let's see. Yes. So basically, yeah. There we go. Africa. So there we are. So let's have a look. So with someone, so if it was AB, wasn't it? It's basically like a posh Yorkie, and essentially that's what it is for what it is, really. But obviously this one's got hazelnut pieces in there, which isn't too bad. Did it say what the chocolate solids were? It did. 32% minimum. I think they probably always are, I think, in the milk chocolate. I'm not sure, but yeah. Right, so there we go. So it's going to be the same size as before. We don't really have any flourish problems with this one. Okay. Let's measure it at the bottom. You can see quite a lot of bits coming through, which is not too bad. I'm not going to be too accurate with this one because it has split. Push it together a bit. About 11.6 centimetres, 11.7. I'll just try it again because it just moves slightly. Yeah, so the calipers haven't moved now. Yeah, about 11.7. There we go. Maybe slightly less because there was a bit of a gap there, but you get the gist of it. Maybe, you know, half a millimetre, a millimetre at most. Yeah, so the width at the bottom, about 3.2. And at the top, well, a lot less. A lot less. Yeah. At 1.9. From 3.2 to 1.9, so there we go. So you can see it's not straight at the sides. Yeah, and the height, that's one we haven't done. About 1.25. I'll do that again because it moved. I can't keep it straight. 1.25, 1.26. Getting in between the gaps. I can quite get to the bottom. From where I could get about 7 millimeters, so it's probably not worth. And about there, yeah, about 6 millimeters. Okay, there we go. Yeah, melted a bit this one, so my hands a bit. Okay, yeah, interesting one. Right. Okay, let's lift myself up, give this one a taste. Yeah, so quite interested to see what this one's like. As I say, if you the chocolate generally and the consistency is generally a bit that of a Yorkie, but obviously the hazelnut one in this one, so have a bit more flavours going on. Tony's Chocolo only. Okay, let's see. Right, let's give this cube a taste, or well, whatever it is, block. Let's give it a go. Not bad. It's got that sort of similar chocolate taste, but definitely has a sort of sweetness to it almost. So I think from the hazelnut, I'm not sure if you'd say sweetness is the right sort of way to say it, but it definitely has a bit of an effect on the chocolate taste. I think it's that's some kind of weird. It's making itself more known as hazelnut now. It tastes a bit like sweet at first, but yeah, it's caught in my throat a bit. I'm gonna have to have a drink because yeah. Yeah, I feel like I need to cough a bit really. That's just I just have to do that. I'm just yeah, might just have a bit of a cough. I think I'll just let's see, hang on a sec. I'll just have a bit of a cough and back in the mo. Okay, there we go. Had a bit of a cough there. I won't subject you to that. Yes. Yeah, basically hazelnut sort of caught in my throat a bit and made me sort of need to cough a bit. So I mean that's not really the bar's fault. It's just what can happen sometimes. It's okay. This one it definitely has an effect on the chocolate taste to make it. I would say maybe a bit sweeter. Yeah, interestingly, and there's lots of bits of hazelnut in there. Let's see if I can just grab one of the segments and cut it down the middle a bit. We've not really done much cuttage today, have we? Okay. Yeah, so you can see there's sort of plenty of hazelnut, chopped hazelnuts in there. So it's definitely prominent. It goes all the way to the top, although you would say it seems to be more prevalent at the bottom in this one. You can see on that side. Yeah. There's quite a lot in there. Definitely sort of, I'd say, makes the chocolate more interesting. I'm not a big fan of chopped hazelnuts. I like them when they're a bit more flavoured. I say when they're just straight chopped hazelnuts, I'm not a big, it's, I don't know, it doesn't really work for me, I must say. So it's not too bad as well. I think it's basically a case of, if you've always wanted a Yorkie but wanted chopped hazelnuts in it, I think this is pretty much what you're getting. So yeah, so for me, I'm not in that camp. I'm quite happy with a Yorkie without hazelnuts in it. I must say. So that's where we are. I'm just not something I do quite like. I'll say some nuts where previously I was always against nuts in bars, but I have had some since, particularly from Phaser's bars where they've been like honeyed almonds or something like that, or some roasted hazelnuts or something that has had a bit more of a taste to it. But when it's just been a bit, just nothing there, it's just tasted a bit like, I don't know. It's just been I don't mind having biscuits and things in it, but I think for some reason like nuts and things, for me, you just have a bit of a consistency that I'm not a big fan of. It's just a bit sort of a bit woody for me. It's as if it's not really a sort of a crunch that I like. I don't know, something about it. A bit too soft and the flavour's a bit too, a bit wooden. I can only describe it as wooden. I think that's probably not a fair representation, but yeah, I think it's probably one for you, Joe, for sure. Yes. I know you're a bit of a nut fan, yeah. So I mean, but fair enough. I mean, so I'm trying to sort of tell it as it is. It's not really my thing, but it's basically if you like Yorkies, a bit of a thick chocolate bar. It's quite sort of not a creamy milk chocolate, but very much very much a Nestle milk chocolate, I would say. For one, I know Tony's probably wouldn't like me to, excuse me, describe it as that, but definitely that sort of thing. So yeah, if you like Yorkies, if you know what a Yorkie is, and that sort of big, sort of thick chocolate block of chocolate bar, it's basically that with chopped hazelnuts. So if you like chopped hazelnuts, it's pretty much a by the numbers chopped hazelnut bar. This one, it's what you'd expect if you like that. So for me, I'm not a big fan of them. It's not really for me. I don't dislike it, but yeah. But unlike the Nieder egg one before, where I was like it was a ginger marzipan, I'm not a big fan of the marzipan, but I actually could appreciate that one, and I think that has something about it that made it a bit more special. I think this one, it doesn't have that, which is why I gave that a 4. I mean, if you really like marzipan and stuff, you probably would up it to a 5, But for objectively, I could see something special about that. It worked really well. For me, myself, it probably wasn't a 4 as such, because I don't think it's just not really for me. But I gave it a 4 because I could tell there was something clever and interesting in the way the flavours work. This one, it's really by the numbers. Chopped hazelnut bar. You do chopped hazelnuts, throw it in some milk chocolate, and that's what it is. Of course, the milk chocolate's got all this ethical side to it, so make of that what you will. I'm not counting that onto the grade because I think that sort of thing's in the eye of the beholder. As I say, it was only 69% or whatever it was. Fair trade chocolate, is that good or bad? I don't know. This, that, and the other. So yeah. So I think for me, this one, it's a 3 out of 5. Basically, it's not. I don't dislike it, but I'd rather have the chocolate without the chopped hazelnuts in, basically. So it doesn't add anything to it for me. So there we go. But obviously, there's nothing special about it, basically. So if you just imagine, let's say, milk chocolate with chopped hazelnuts in, you've pretty much got it there. If you like specifically like Tony's chocolates, there's nothing. They're not going to specifically like their chopped hazelnuts. They just taste like regular chopped hazelnuts. There's nothing different about them. So bear that in mind, I guess. Yeah, so there we are. But I think I'd say quite similar to a Yorkie for me. But as far as the chocolate's concerned, but obviously it does have the hazelnut flavouring in there. So if you always fancied a Yorkie with hazelnuts, you're in luck. They're quite expensive though, these ones. That's the problem with them. Like a lot of fair trade type producty things, they do charge a premium for that. So I'm not sure what to make of that really. I don't know if it's fair to charge that, as I say, especially now when lots of regular mainstream chocolates have the fair trade logo on. Again, just what it means, is up in the air really. But in regards to how much they use of it and stuff like this, it seems to say on the wrappers that it's only a part of the ingredients. At least with Tony's Chocolo only, it does specifically say on the bar 69% or 72% or whatever is fair trade. Or that's what I'm reading from it. So there we go. But yeah, one for the nut fans, one for Joe. But for me, I don't know. Scotty's really a big fan of hazelnuts as well in chocolate. He likes whole hazelnuts. Whole hazelnuts is a step too far for me. I can't handle that size of nut generally in chocolate. Yes, there we go. So there we are. Not too bad. Right. Okay. So yes, I think this is probably the last one for today, and it's yes, I think it will be actually. I think it will. I think we might be. I'll just try and clean up the plate a bit if I can. Can I? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I have some backup plates and stuff, but just out of the camera, so I can put sort of crumbs on and stuff like that. Okay, so what have we got next? This last one for today, I think, the Lindt Excellence Orange Intense. Yes, Lindt fans should be happy. Yeah, so this one, it's basically a bit like the sort of one we get from Lidl and Aldi. Really, they do orange with almonds. So yeah. Similar one. So again, bear in mind what I've just said about the nuts and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. You never know. It's an interesting one. So so dark with almonds. It says just dark with almonds. It doesn't say dark chocolate, but it does there. But dark chocolate with the finest ingredients. Lindt and Sprungly. Micro chocolates displays. Yes, master chocolatiers, I guess, since 1845. So quite a long time. There we go. Got the Spanish equivalent there. Right, yeah, very nice. I'm not a big fan. I mean, it seems to be a thing, doesn't it, in the German sort of chocolates companies. They have these sort of very grand, I forgot what they're called, those now. What are they called, really? What are they called? What are they called? Those, I forgot what they're called now. There's like family sigils or whatever. I forgot what they're called now. I forgot what they're called. Shields, I guess, maybe. There's a specific name, isn't there? I forgot what they're called now. But anyway, seem to have these sort of things, and they've basically copying Lindt, aren't they, in the Aldi and Lidl versions. Crest, is it a crest? I think that's the word, isn't it? Yeah. So basically they're sort of copying them really. So you can see when there's sort of Moser Ross and the other company, whatever they're called, I forgot what they're called now. Moser Roth and the other one, I forgot what Lidl's version's called. I forgot now. But basically they basically copy Lindt as far as I can tell. So they've got all their sort of special symbols as well. Nuts either yes, you really like it or it just doesn't agree with us. Yeah, you're probably right there, Joe. I think that's it with nuts. I think they are a bit of a divisive one, aren't they? There's no real middle ground, is there, I guess, with nuts. So I do know what you mean. Yeah. It's quite a thin one, this one. Excellence dark orange. Yes, there we go. Excellence, yes, I got the same. Always Spanish there, of course. Okay, right, so let's have a look at the, yeah. Yeah, intense but not very intense, yeah. I say yes. Well, yeah, very intense. You know, yeah, it could be too intense for most. Yes. Now here's the master. I mean, you know, I always say this. This guy's never touched chocolate in his life because he's far too clean. I mean, he'd be covered in it, wouldn't he? I mean, if he was me, he'd have it all over his face to start with, where he's just basically face palm the chocolate in front of him. I mean, who wouldn't? But yeah, unless you're insane. But yes, but clearly he's never touched chocolate in his life. He doesn't even know what chocolate is. I mean, look at him. He doesn't know what that is in front of him. He literally has no clue. He's never seen it before ever. Yeah. So yeah. Fine dark chocolate with almond slivers and orange juice. Orange juice, it says. Yeah. Yeah. Nice bar. Relatively low cocoa. Yes. I thought you were saying you were complaining of well, maybe you talk about the orange this time. But I thought you were saying last week if it's if it's not 70% dark chocolate, it's not dark chocolate or something, Andrew. I'm sure that's what you said. But dark chocolate contains cocoa solids 47% minimum. There we go. Almond 7%. Orange juice from concentrate 3.9%. There's orange juice this time, so that's unusual, isn't it? Almond slivers as well. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, he must be a chocolate inspired. I think you're right. He clearly is. He's looking baffled there, isn't he? I mean, look, he doesn't look like he really knows what's going on. Yeah. Never seen chocolate before in his life. Okay, so there we go. So per 100 grams, 525 calories. So bang on in the middle of the 500, 550 chocolate range. That's not bad. That's typical of chocolates I've seen. 100 grams. 31 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturates. Anything else interesting on there? Yeah. Stored in a cool, dry place. Don't think there's much else to say on that. Don't think there is. So it looks very nice, quite a thin bar. So if it's not 70%, then it's not good for you health-wise, really. Okay, right, yeah. We used to eat Bourneville because the dark chocolate was healthy. Because he thought, right, okay, yeah, right. If it's this is it. To be honest with you, I think even then, anything you eat has got calories in it. You're always going to be careful. But I see what you're saying, Andrew. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But I guess Bourneville's probably relatively healthy compared to other things, maybe. But relative is relative. Okay, so let's have a look. Right, so here we go. Yeah, right. An interesting one, as I say. This one, interesting one. It's been nice to get back to doing some of this backlog as well. Has to be said. A lot of these things were pretty much going out of date this month, so it's nice to actually get to them. I don't think I would have got to them otherwise. No health benefits of Bourneville. Yeah, well, I see. Yeah. Oh, well, at least he was happy. Ignorance is bliss. That's what they say. Okay, so let's give this an open then. Yeah, so a nice, what would you say? Case of chocolate. Got sort of nice wrapping in, but it's more. It's a bit less foily than the Niederegger ones. It's a bit more like wrapping paper foil, so you can't quite get your design imprinted as well. But it's not bad. But it's not my choice of foil. It probably feels a bit more posh to some people. But I prefer proper foil like the Niederegger one. But nonetheless, it does say Lindt on it. Possibly says something else. What does it say? Master Chocolatier, something like that. Possibly in French. Bit odd that it says in French even though it's German, isn't it? But there we go. Yeah. Maybe that could be. I don't think that. Well, that might be German actually. I don't think it is. I think it's French, but Andrew might know. It is out of date. My whole 3 days out of date, is it? Oh yeah, crikey! I forgot. I forgot it was. Yeah, you're right. Crikey, 3 days. I forgot it was July. Oops, apologies, everyone. It still should be fine. Let's face it. But bear that in mind, everyone. I do apologise for that. But I didn't realise it was. I forgot it was July. Oh dear. Oh well. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. If I die, then you'll know it was off. But yeah. So this one is sealed. So apologies for that. Though I did try. Well, never mind. I wouldn't have. Had I remembered it was July, I wouldn't have done it. But never mind. I'm sure it'll still be fine then. Okay. It's quite. Let's say it's a lovely smell coming from it actually. Yeah, lovely smell. Yeah. A very nice smell actually. It's a lovely orange smell. I must say that it's quite melty though. It's not that warm today, but it's definitely coming across quite melty. So it could just be the fact that it's got the orange juice in it, and it just gives it a bit oily. It's more perhaps oily actually rather than melty. It's just yeah. It's not. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a bit melty, I guess, but you know, yeah, it'll be fine. Angie, say, yeah, you're right. To be honest with you, you know, as you've said with the Easter stuff, where they just manufacture a date, don't they, just to give it a date. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, all the difference, yeah. Yeah, 3 days ago we were doing a perfect chocolate bar, but now it's obviously just destroyed. Yeah, it's just honestly. Right, let's give it a bit of a measure then. It smells very nice, as I say, but it's a bit, yeah, a bit melty-ish. It's about 18.8 centimetres. I can't, that's too long for my calipers, unfortunately. But you can see it's kind of bending a bit, yeah. 18.8. So I'll probably just measure it with the ruler because it's going to be quite soft, quite pliable, so the calipers will just go into it. About 8.6 in long. Height, it's very thin, about half a centimetre high, pretty much exactly. Yeah, so there's a slight dint where the segments are, probably a millimetre there, so it'd probably be about 0.4. So it's quite hard to tell. Yeah, it is. Okay, interesting, yeah, that's very nice. So yes, I'll look at the actual box. So the box is quite thin. I think you'd say it probably fits perfectly onto the box. Hold the box right. Yeah, so it's pretty much a perfect fit actually, isn't it? So they're definitely not ripping you off with flourishes there. See, it's not quite as, it's a bit thinner than the bar itself in the box, but I think that's acceptable. Yeah, okay, interesting. All right. Yeah. Yeah, 30th July, yeah, yes. Melted and rehard at some point. Well, I'm not sure, it doesn't look that, well, I might have done, I don't know. To be honest with you, it felt perfectly fine, really. It just was when I was trying to think it, but it's been kept in a very cool place. To be honest with you, I don't think it will have done. It's been, you know, I haven't kept it in my. I keep it like I've got a room basically where it's just a spare room where it's just so there's no heating on or anything. So I don't think it will have done. I think it's just been. I think it's just when I put it on the plate because it was going to the edge. It's just curved it upwards a bit because it's not flat. See the two edges there, so it's actually bent it basically. You can't tell there, but it's actually not sitting flat. You can see more on the side a bit because of the lips on the plate, and the plates generally just bowl up as well, so they're not actually flat, and because it's quite soft it's just bent it a bit basically. But yeah, let's have a look, and so you can see there lots of almondy pieces. I think they're all almonds. They're not there's no orange pieces in there, it's just orange juice in there, but I say it doesn't smell almondy, I don't think. Just got chocolate on my nose I think, but yeah, let's have a look. So let's lift it up and give it a taste. Right, yeah, let's have a look. Right. Okay, there we go. Ooh. Right, so let's have a look. So yeah, that's nice. I think these squares are too big, but as I say, they're again, those Mossa-Roth type ones seem to copy. They don't have in the big squares and things in places, or in some respects anyway. I don't know. It definitely seems like they're copying this brand anyway. Yeah, 30th of July feast every year. Yeah, I think it's just, it must just have been sure that they can't keep Easter products longer than for around Easter in the shops. I'm quite sure that's why, because they obviously want Easter to be special, so they just put a date on so that yeah, the supermarkets will have to take off cream eggs and stuff at some time, so they're not available throughout the year. So I reckon that's why they'll do that. All right, let's give it a taste then. Looks interesting. As I say, quite soft, but there we go. Let's give it a taste. Mince pies now, Scotty. Goodness me, that is early. I'll say it's halfway through the year. Hi Adam, yes, good to see you. Yeah, just before the end. Yeah, just on the last one. Lint Excellence Intense Orange with almond pieces. Not bad. What did we say the dark chocolate was? Did we say it was 50%? 47% minimum. the dark chocolate if it focuses in. Out there somewhere. Not bad this one, you know. Got Aldi for Junemas, yeah. Yeah, the Xbox chocolate. You're probably right, Adam. Well, yeah, it's crackers how early it comes around, doesn't it? You know, what they want people to do is to buy it now, then eat it, because they can't save it, so they'll have to buy it again. Basically, that's what that's what they want people to do, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, chocolate figures in the shapes of bears and foxes. Such they sound quite nice, Adam. Yeah, I don't know if I ever saw those or not knowingly saw them. Yeah. Lots of new Terry's products this year. Yeah, Andrew was talking about lots of Terry's stuff. Yes, and I think yeah, should be interesting to see. Actually, I'm excited for those because Terry's did a good range last year. So very excited for those. Yeah, this one's not bad. You know, this actually it's pretty nice. It's nice chocolate. I think the almond pieces work well, and the orange taste is there for sure. This isn't bad, you know. I mean, the dark chocolate's not fabulous, and I think the I think it would be nice to have orange pieces in, like the Bourneville ones have those little chewy orange pieces. I think it would be nice to have something orangey, not just flavoured dark chocolate. But nonetheless, it works okay. I think the almonds are alright. They don't really add much, as far as I'm concerned. Really, they're a bit of a crunch, but you know, But they're of a good size, because I think for me, if any bigger than this, they get a bit in the way. But this size are not too bad. Yeah. I quite like this one. I say it's a bit melty. I don't think it's not too warm today. I don't know. It's unusual for dark chocolate to be sort of quite so melty, but yeah, I think it's the fact it's just got so much juice in it. I think. Lumps and bumps. Yeah, almonds. Almonds, Adam. Yeah, the chopped almonds, basically. Is the gist of it. Yeah, so it's basically yeah, dark with almonds. So even though it's called intense orange, it's got with almonds at the bottom. Yes, that's what it is. Chopped almonds. So if you look at the back as well, the orange, orange juice from concentrate, 3.9%. So it's just orange juice, almonds 7%. And it makes it a bit oily, the orange juice, and a bit melty as well. So there is that to do with it. It's a bit of a shame. I would have preferred if it had a bit of orange pieces in there, but it's not the end of the world. I think the problem I've got with it is it's just, you know, it's I don't know. It's not quite got a big wow in it. You know, there's no sort of wow taste there. I think the dark chocolate's not too bad. It works quite well with it all, actually, and I think I'm happy with the dark chocolate. I just think I think the almond bits, you know, are there, and that's about it. You know, they're okay. They don't really add much for me. You know, there's not really much of a flavour from them. There's a bit of a crunch and a taste, but I'd prefer a texture for, say, like, as I say, orange piece, like freeze-dried orange pieces, if you can do that, or just some kind of artificial substance, you know, that like a little jelly piece or some piece that has the orange flavour in your swallow, a bit more intense. I think I would have liked that, really, for me, rather than just sort of. I mean, it's not bad it's flavoured orange or anything. I just feel like there's, you know, I just feel it's not quite as exciting or as interesting as it could have been. I say, you know, it's a common flavour. It seems that you know, as I say, the Lidl and Aldi brands, their own brand stuff, copy this flavour. I assume they copied this one. That's where it's come from. I don't know for sure. Yeah, it's okay. I think it's quite nice. I think I prefer it than the one I reviewed. I think I did review the one. I think Aldi's version Lidl's version last week, didn't I? Their sort of orange and the almond one. I think this is definitely nicer, actually. I think it is a nicer one for sure. I think the Aldi one was the Lidl one. Yeah, I think it was a stronger dark chocolate. I think this one just works better. I think, I don't know. It does seem nice. I just feel like it's you know, yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me sometimes to remain consistent as well, because I can't, you know, sometimes it depends on the day as well and things like this. But I think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. I don't think it's. I just feel like there's room for. I feel like it's a nice bar, but there's just obvious places that it could have been better. Really, I don't know. It seems a bit odd, and it sometimes is pulling me towards giving it a lower rating, because I feel like, oh, you know, it's not bad, but yeah, why is it not got, you know, as I say, nice sort of chewy orange pieces in there or something like that, or I don't know. But nonetheless, it tastes okay. It's probably a high 3.5, a low 4. I think I'm gonna give it the I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubts. Yeah, yeah, Joe. I'm tempted to give it a 3.5 out of 5. And I was going to do it, but I just feel like I'm just trying to remember what I gave the little one. I think you probably, you know what, Joe. I'm gonna. You're right. That's what I would have. You're right. You are right. I'm not just saying this to agree with you. I would have given it a 3.5. The reason I was aiming towards 4 out of 5 is because I was thinking. I was thinking back to the little one. I was wondering what I gave that one. But to be honest with you, yeah, my instinct says 3.5 out of 5. So that's what I'm going to give it. Yeah. So you're right. Yeah. I was perhaps giving it a benefit of that one. I probably shouldn't have done. So yeah. I think you're right. You could tell that what I was getting at was 3.5 out of 5, and I was trying to sort of avoid it. But yeah, yes. Yeah, so 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, you know me too well. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. It's nice though. I do like that one. I just feel like it would be a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's nearly a 4, to be honest with you. But I just feel like it's just for me at least. I think it's just lacking that something a bit special, really. But that's still, as I say, you have to bear in mind that a 3 out of 5 is an average chocolate. An average chocolate tastes nice. You know what I mean? It does, doesn't it? So to be over 3.5 out of 5 means there is something that marks it out from just a regular chocolate, basically. Which is, yeah, I just feel like it could be slightly better. It's hard, you see, because I don't want to give everything great marks, so, which is easy to do with chocolate, isn't it? Let's face it. Yeah, I just feel like there's something not quite as, there's just something that could make it, just a little something will give it a 4. And then, maybe, as I say, just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just something to give it a bit more of an oomph, would make it a 4. And then, as I say, and just a bit more would definitely get it into the higher marks of 4.5, I think. Yeah. As I say, I just think like an orange, medium, for want of a better word, just a way of giving that orange flavour would be better than just being it. And it made it a bit oily as well, stuff like that. There was just a few things that, as I say, and I think that's what gave it a low melting point, just that orange concentrate in it, and it just, yeah. But it wasn't too bad though. But as I say, it just felt a bit oily, and I don't know, yeah. I think if you're a dark chocolate fan, you might be thinking it's just a bit off as well, just not quite right. Well, it did taste nice, but as I say, just not quite in the upper echelons of the chocolate world, I would say. Right, so there we go, guys. Yeah, Adam, you just caught the end, unfortunately. But yes, a good time, one or the other, We're glad you keep turning up, though. It's good to see you, as I say. It's good to see you. And, yeah, well done on guessing my scores, Joe. Good job there. I'm glad you did that, actually, because I was going to give it a mark that I perhaps shouldn't have done then. So I'm glad you did that, because I was going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and maybe, I don't think I should have done in that case. I think you were right. So, yeah. But yeah, good to talk to Andrew as well. Scotty, of course. Keep up the good work with all your job stuff, Scotty. I don't know if AB, if you're still there, probably watching the football now, but have a great day as well. Obviously, Sharon and Isaac as well. Enjoy your day as well. And Chocolate, if you're still around. Yeah, anyone else, of course. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, you left it right. Well, you did well, to Andrew, to stop yourself for this long. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah. Oh, well. Not this week, unfortunately. Maybe next week. Miracles might have happened. You never know. Oh dear. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Glad you enjoy. Always good to talk to you as well, and glad you enjoyed, despite the fact that obviously I think my nut love is not quite as high as yours. But yeah, but I try to be objective and obviously give you the whole information and stuff about it. So even though it might not be my thing, I try to still give it the credit it's due. So hopefully that comes across. But yeah, have a nice weekend too, Joe, and you, Andrew, and you, Scotty and Adam. Yeah, and everyone else who's still watching, of course, as well. Enjoy the football, everyone, if you watch it. Have a great evening. Yeah, I think Brazil are playing Peru next in the Copa America. Joe, I know you're not into football, but enjoy that football as well if you do watch it. Oh dear. I'll take care, everyone. Have a lovely day. Yeah. Always wait the news on the new products Insta pages to see. Yes. Well, I'm sure you'll let us all know as soon as you do release it, Andrew. I'm sure we'll know as well. But I look forward to hearing that, because hopefully they will do. It would be a sensible thing for them to do. So we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is it. So you never know. You never know, Andrew. Things, it is possible. Just let's hope they do it soon. It did look like they were building up to it. It seems like the momentum's gone a bit, but it did look like they were building up to it for a time. So fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. Oh dear. All right then, guys. Well, have a great weekend, as I say. Thanks so much for watching, and as I say, check out the Discord server as well. If you've had to become a member, check out the member program. Links for both are in the description. And as always, like the video as well, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out, and it's really much appreciated. But thanks again for watching, and thanks for chatting, and I'll see you next time. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Bye for now. See ya.